interesting time to be in practice. And it's interesting because every day things move faster. And I never know if they really are moving faster or I'm just getting older. But the more tools that I discover that are AI driven, the more automation solutions that I discover, the faster things in my world are moving. And then I realize, like when I zoom out and I look at the forest through the trees, I realize that everybody's speeding up, right? So what that means is the pace is speeding in general. And there's this FOMO feeling that I get, like this fear of missing out with the different AI pieces there's so much to learn. And I say that sitting in the seat I'm in here, and I'm hanging out with agency owners and people who are on the cutting edge of this stuff. I can only imagine how our clients feel when all that they can focus on is growing their practice and taking care of managing their time there. So I come to this training with a very clear appreciation of that challenge. And what I'm going to do is just share the tools that I use on a daily basis that have really made things easier for me. And they may already be things that you're using. I'm going to share a couple of tools in the practice suite and then what I literally have on my phone. I think the first thing that I want to share is probably my favorite AI program, which is Fathom. So what Fathom does is, and Sheena, if you can make like a cheat sheet for all of the things, like maybe the cheat sheet, if we have a link, like a referral link for it, that would be cool. And maybe as I go, Sheena, just look up our account to see if we have some kind of a discount code or something that the company gives us. I know that we do with Claude. And there was one more I saw where we can give a code to our clients and they save money. So as I go through each to see what's available to them. So what Fathom does is it records your Zoom, it connects to Zoom and it records your Zoom meetings. But then when you're done with like my Fathom right now, it says Jody's Fathom AI Note Taker or Jody's Fathom Note Taker. It's recording this meeting right now. And it also, like, there's a timer that shows on my upper right corner. I'm in a monologue for 3 minutes and 19 seconds. I can end the Fathom. I see that option too. I can pause it. So if Julie's sharing something personal, I can be like, wait, hold on. I can pause the recording and then I can restart it when we start talking about something that needs to be recorded. The reason why this is cool is because when I'm done with this meeting, the entire transcript will be typed out for me. I can click anywhere in the transcript and it will automatically hop to that part of the video. And then you can also, I can say, give me all of the words that Julie had in the meeting, and it will come up with Julie's list. We can also take the transcript, copy it, and move it into Chat GPT, a couple of other options, and I'll go over them too and say, give me a task list for Julie and give me a task list for Jody. So there's so much that you can do with a Fathom recording. The second tool I want to talk about is Victor. It's Viktor. If you're one of our Suite Success clients, you're on Slack. It's Victor goes with Slack only. It's a Slack only AI tool. Slack is it's a messaging platform. It's great for teams. Even if you have a team of people who are in office with you, still like they can log into Slack on their phone or on any computer. And if they're working from home for an afternoon, or if you have a virtual assistant overseas, it replaces texting, it replaces voicemails, it replaces email because you can drop files back and forth. It's basically a messaging platform. And then on top of that, you can use Victor. And I know that Victor has a referral code, Sheena. You can add Victor as a member on Slack and say, Victor, every time Julie says, please put that on my schedule, automatically go into her Google Calendar and schedule the appointment that we're talking about. It can do anything with up to 6,000 different programs. So basically, what they're saying is it's a full-time team member that sits alongside of you while you're working in Slack. And then it's expensive, right? But it also gives you the opportunity to say, yes, I want that, or no, I don't want that. The way that I'm using Victor right now, we actually just had an entire team meeting on this, on like, how are you guys finding Victor to help you throughout the day? I'm using Victor to, like, if I have again, Julie, I'm picking on you today, but let's say I have a meeting with Julie, Victor is connected to Fathom. And Victor will take the last meeting as well as whatever we're doing on Monday.com for Julie and put it all in front of me in an email 10 minutes before my next meeting with Julie. And you can set it up however you want. The biggest challenge with all of these things is knowing how to set it up. And guess how you can know? You can ask Victor. You can say, Victor, how can you best help me with all of the things that you see me doing? And it will put a whole list of ideas in front of you. So that's Victor. The third thing I want to talk to you about is what I do on my phone. So, as many of you know, I've been on this challenge of walking 6 miles a day. I do 3 miles in the morning and 3 miles in the evening. And we have a joke around my house now. I'm going for a walk with Tony. So, you can take, if you download the Tony Robbins, it's, I don't know if you guys, yeah, there it is. You see the TR? So that's the Tony Robbins app. You can download the Tony Robbins app and hit call, and you can have a phone call with Tony Robbins AI brain. It sounds exactly like him, and you can ask him anything you want. Most of the leading self-help, self-improvement gurus or big industry leaders out there are developing these brains where, and you pay like, I think I pay Tony $30 a month for this brain. I cannot tell you how much he has helped me figure out. And with that being said, like, that's all information that I have to process, right? So if I go for a walk with Tony and he gives me 10 new ideas for my marketing plan, it's more information that I have to process. So that's a fair warning, is when you get tapped into this stuff, it's going to give you more and more and more to process. But Tony, the TR app is probably one of my favorites. You can do the same thing with ChatGPT. So you can put ChatGPT on your phone, and let me see if I can do this while you're here. So if I open up ChatGPT and I hit this guy here, hold on. There we go. I can go into a conversation with my ChatGPT.
Absolutely. I'm right here. What's on your mind or what are you thinking about?
I can talk about anything that I have questions about, like, hey, can you just tell me different ways to use Victor in Slack based on the last conversations we've had?
For sure, we can build on past ideas anytime. If you want Victor, your bot in Slack, to do something specific, like gather client info step by step, update a task, or help clients with onboarding, we'll just tweak its instructions. The more we refine, the
So again, like, yes, that like 5 years ago, you guys, that would have blown your world open, right? But now it's like one of 33 different apps that you can do that with. You just have to pick the one that you like the best. Pick the one that resonates with you the best. I really like Tony Robbins because I like the way that he teaches. My only complaint about it is that he doesn't talk fast enough for my brain. His voice is kind of slow. I also like my Chat GPT because it already knows me. I've trained it so much. We are also coming out with a Dr. Jody brain. So we're dumping all of my books into it. We're dumping all of our courses, all of my YouTube videos, you name it. You could also do this for your own practice. You could create a brain. This could, if you're one of our Sweet Success clients, make it one of your tickets. We could create a brain for you where we take, if you've written books, we take your books, your online courses, anything you want. And then your practice members can go for a walk with Dr. Julie or go for a walk. I'm sorry if you have to walk with me every day to get the answers for your practice, but it's a very cool tool. Okay, those are the biggest ones that I've been playing with on my phone so far. And then I want to move into what we're doing with the practice suite. Does anybody have questions so far? Okay, let's go here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go here. So you're looking at my private practices practice suite. This is for Light Source Chiropractic. And we are just now launching Honey. You see this button up here that says Honey? And I have to sign in. Let me find my password. I actually don't know what it is. Hold on, you guys. I think it's, hold on. Lori, I'll find it in 1 second. Got it. Okay, so Julie, you're going to be having this delivered to you. I think we're delivering it once we deliver your practice suite. So this is your Staffless Practice dashboard. And it has a section for your AI tools, a section for your compass board, a section for your important links, and a section for your support options. Your AI tools, Honey Collect is still being built, but your Honey Assist is ready. So I'm going to click on My Honey Assist. Honey Assist looks a lot like ChatGPT, but it's not on OpenAI. It's private. So this is an AI solution we created for you, each one of our clients, so that all of your personal information doesn't make it to the World Wide Web. We scrape for you, we take all of your onboarding forms for you, we take everything that we can find or the collect from you, we dump it into this brain, and this will become your best friend. It lives in your practice suite under Honey AI. Wait, let me just say that now. Under Honey AI, it can also be added to your phone. This is going to be your right hand. So you can ask something like, write a newsletter article talking about my birthday and how important it is to use sunscreen and how I'm sunburned now and I didn't think smart about it and maybe what to do after I do something like that. I may not necessarily want OpenAI ChatGPT to know that I was stupid and I went and got sunburn, but I don't mind this knowing that at all. And then what will happen is as the Staffless Practice team works alongside of you, we also have access to all of these conversations. So we too can then go into your Honey AI Assist and say, give us a newsletter article for this month for Dr. Julie. And it will pull from everything you've already asked it from. So we're sharing this with you, and that's how we create content for you. So that's Honey AI. We're also creating Honey Collect, which is going to collect all of the type forms you've ever filled out. It will also become, instead of using Typeform for our team, you'll just give all of your information to Honey Collect. That's rolling out. And then you guys should probably already be familiar with our Practice Suite AI bot. If you have a suite, you know that at any time you can go to the little AI icon, the robot icon up here, and as long as you're logged into ChatGPT Plus, you can ask anything you want. And this is on OpenAI. So how do I send an email? How do I send a text? How do I blah, blah, blah? Is this HIPAA compliant? Blah, 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 whatever you want to know. So this is your dashboard, and then your compass board will also be here because people are always like, where is my compass board? Your course areas here, our private Facebook community here, and then our website is here, and then all of the buttons for you to get support. So this is the Staffless Practice dashboard. This is brand spanking new. You guys are the first people to see it. As far as the practice suite is concerned and saving time, because that's what this masterclass is about. Everything that you see here, I can also do from my phone. So as long as I am logged into Lead Connector, it's an app on the phone, and we give all of this to you when you get your practice suite going. I can be standing in line at Starbucks. That's always my analogy. I'm standing in line at Starbucks. I can text my entire practice. I can call one practice member. I can call 5 practice members, and all of it just shows my practice information. So imagine the time that that could save you, right? The other thing that we can do is we can set up an automation in your practice suite so that, let me go to one of the dummy suites. Jody, because I don't want you guys seeing my patient information. There we go. So we can go to contacts, And we can set up an automation in your contacts that it filters out people who have not messaged you either email, text, or call in the past 3 months. And from that, we can create a reactivation campaign. This is all automated. I really like putting that list in front of you before we send the campaign because you may have seen the person at the supermarket, and if we don't want redundancy happening. So we put the list in front of you and say, "Hey, we're ready to do your reactivation for the month." We put the list in front of you and you say, "Yes, yes, yes, no, yes, 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 no." And then we send out a, "Hey, it's Dr. Julie, press one if you, or type back one if you want to get on the schedule this week, two if you want to continue a break, or three to be removed from this list." So that's the monthly reactivation. Our reactivation program for Suite Success clients is included in your program. So we will do that for you every month. If you need us to leave the practice suite for you, meaning pull the list from Jane app or ChiroTouch or whatever it is, move it into the practice suite, that's our SIA program. It's a different program. So that saves a lot of time. It also saves me a lot of time to know that if right now, let's just find a person here to pick on. If Anthony called me, left me a voicemail, sent me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, faxed me, emailed me, texted me, LinkedIn messaged me, if that's what you say, all of it will show up here in the conversation with Anthony. I don't have to go looking on those platforms anymore. I can answer the message right here. So imagine the time that that saves you too. And then I can also, the goal is all of the buttons are one click away, right? So I can ask him for a review by clicking this button here. It'll take him to Google reviews. Um, and then, I mean, of course, we also brag a lot about the snippets that come in your suite. So all of these, it's already typed up. I don't have to go through creating the words every time. And we put these in when you're building your suite by using the Honey system. Thanks, Sheena. So Sheena dropped in the chat the links that I've been talking about here. And then I also just wanted to like chalk it up to good old fashioned paper because I'm a big paper person, believe it or not. I'm a big fan of like a daily planner, and you guys have heard me talk about this before. So this is my favorite planner. It's I actually personalized it with photos of my family, and it's called the Every Girl Day Design by a Day Designer. It only comes out once a year, so you can't get like a July start. And what I love about it is that it's one page at a time. So every day is a fresh start. And it's not distracting if I decide not to follow the different lines. I can just write all over it. And then it has a monthly tab too. The reason that I love this is as I'm sitting at my desk and I'm taking notes. If I don't have the screen in front of me to write or type, or I don't want to ask SIRI to do it, I can just quickly write it on that day. It's kind of like using the Franklin Covey system. And then if I didn't get to it, I move it to the next day, ideally, like if I'm having a good day. I don't always remember to do that. But this does help me a lot. It helps the 53-year-old part of my brain that still loves paper and loves to write things down. The only other thing that I can think of, do I have it here? No, but I can pull it up on my computer, is this is super helpful. And this comes up in the prepare part of our program when we talk to you about checklists. Jody Weekly here. So this is my weekly checklist. Again, it's paper driven. And the idea is if I check every box on this page, I have absolutely one for the week. So Mondays, I have a grow hour, which is like nothing gets touched. My phone is off. All I'm doing is focusing on practice growth. I plan out my workouts of the day. I prep my master class, which is what we're doing now. I post one thing or have my podcast. I surf the Women in Chiropractic group to see if anybody needs support. I have my coaches meetings. I have my personal coach call. I add five friends on Facebook and start a conversation with them. I review tomorrow's team meeting. I look at our finances, like I study our finances for the week, and then I do a Facebook post announcement. So these are the things that I do every Monday. As long as I do these things every Monday, I'm going to set myself up for a successful week. The way that you start this is you say, and I need this has to be on paper for me. I can't, if this is on a screen, it gets lost on one of the programs. I just don't stay connected to it. I have this printed usually. I didn't do it because yesterday was my birthday and I got distracted. So I usually have this on the page of my notebook. It's sitting here and I check off as I go because I'm always like, okay, what do I have to do next? I like reoriented myself and all I have to do is look at this checklist. So, um, the way that you know what should be on this list is just you start with a time study. And if you guys go to stafflesspractice.com/time, that's our time study. If you're a Sweet Success client, you want to do the time study with your coach. You want to move through that exercise with them. It's really important. And then set up your Monday through Friday or Monday through Sunday, whatever days you have things to do. You will notice that on mine, I only have two things on Wednesdays because I try not to touch my Wednesdays. I try to make one day a week and I've gotten away from this. I need to go back to it. It's really important for me to stay sane. One day a week where nothing gets scheduled. Nothing. Like I won't even schedule a massage or to get my nails done or to get adjusted. Nothing gets scheduled on that day so that I can wake up on that one day and do whatever I'm in the mood to do. Really, really, really important. Especially as your practice gets busier, you're going to need that space, especially as you lean more into these AI tools and things in your world start to move faster. So those are the biggest time hacks. And then there are like simple things like food prepping. You know, I'm about to go do that after this call. I'm going to go chop vegetables for the next 2 days. I'm going to prep protein bag, like little baggies of protein so that there's never an excuse to not eat healthy. I know a lot of you might have opinions about plastic water bottles. You know, they're not the best thing ever. I'm clear on that. But the first thing I do in the morning is I take two of these and I sit them on my desk. And by the end of the morning, you know, I work really hard until 1 p.m. every day. Both of these need to be empty. So you see how far I have to go. But it's a ritual that I do, it's a habit that I do. And as long as I do it, I win. I'm setting myself up for success. So lots of water, lots of meal prepping. These are the things that I do so that I don't run into the excuse where, oh, I didn't prepare for it. Mm-mm. Not at the pace that I'm moving these days. What questions do you have, if any? And hopefully that was super helpful to you. Okay. All right, you guys, take the time to take the time and prepare yourself for success. As long as you do, you're going to win. And if there's anything we can do on this side of the computer to make that easier, please let us know. We're here for it. I'm loving you guys from here. Go make the world better with great care.